haven't really covered the plane situation too much, for the simple fact that we don't know what's going on with this situation. 21 degrees here in Metro Detroit. It's cold. Ice and snow. The Philly plane crash last night was just, that was crazy. Okay, so I don't have no speculation on it. I don't. 2 days before this Philly crash, you had the one in the Potomac, right outside of, what is it, DC area. I find it strange though. The one thing I will find strange is that these are in the same areas. Press secretary came out and said that the FAA said they were cool with the drones. They allowed it. But when the FAA was asked when it first jumped off, they had no idea what was going on. This is the reason why I haven't really jumped into the plane situation, because, you know, all the lies. You know, you say something out in public, and then you come back and then you contradict your own story that the FAA said we had nothing to do with those drones. We don't know where they're coming from. It was a big mystery. Then all of a sudden, hey, oh, it was the FAA. What? But why are they all over the country though? Not just Jersey. They're in different spots. Not the orbs, but, and that's kind of slowed down lately. If you notice, we ain't talking about that as much. I think one domino is for the other, and for the other, and for the other. And so we get you looking all over the place. You don't know which way is up. But this drone thing, that lie that they gave at the White House, the new press secretary, she's much better than the Jean-Pierre chick, the black chick they had up there. That chick was, she was lying, and she knew she was lying. This one seems a little bit more on the number. But the thing I don't like what she said was the FAA said that they allowed, no. But then that goes way back to supposedly nuclear waste or something that was stolen from a train, and then if they put the drones up in the air to look for the nuclear stuff that was stolen. But then you said it was Iran, now it's China. What? For the mystery of iniquity is already at work. It is a mystery. The plane went up last night. They said it wasn't in the air no more than 3 minutes. It was full of gas, and it came straight down. Now, my initial thought was EMPs, because the way the plane fell out the sky, like it had no power. It just went, I mean, it wham. Now they say the what was that, an Apache? I don't want to get it wrong. What was it? It was a helicopter. It was a military bird. But there's talk that maybe the military bird was on remote pilot, because I heard on the news that the helicopter seemed like it was dark, like it wasn't anybody flying. Now, dark meaning lights out dark, or dark meaning it was unmanned. Now, there have been videos out here, folks, where people have been filming these drones that look just like airplanes and helicopters, but they don't have any markings on them. They don't have any windows on them. I've seen them personally on some of these videos. You can see them real good, like, and they fly lower than planes. But some kind of way, this helicopter was way up where it shouldn't have been, and it collided. You mean to tell me you didn't see that plane coming? Was it deliberate? I'm not, hey, I'm not saying either way, folks, because all of this is sus, as the young folks say. I don't know why you just don't say suspect. But really think about it. But then there's another part of me thinking, man, you know, this is what's going to be. See, you already, the public is already being pumped up. Now, when the Harpazo happens, planes start flying out of the air all at once. Not no just random incidences, right? I'm talking about all at once. That's going to be real. So think about this. So if the people in Philly, now I heard some video, I couldn't put the audio up because some of the audio, it was just a lot of hollering and screaming, people yelling certain things. I heard clearly, and I had on the police scanner last night, it was a madhouse. There were limbs and pieces and parts of the anatomy scattered everywhere because it was 6 people on that plane. And I believe that's the reason why they was telling people to stay in their homes, because it might have been pretty traumatic to see bits and pieces all over the place. And people were, one lady was, I don't know if she was recording, but that's all you heard. What I heard last night was a telltale sign of what it's going to be like when these planes start falling out of the air after the harvest happens, and then you go right into the trib. It was chaotic last night. I believe we got a window into the future last night. Looking at that, I was all on that Philly thing, but I have not talked about it until today because I don't know all. And then you can't tell if they're leaving things out. Then you get another person's view, and I said, well, let's just wait and see what all the camera angles and everybody with phones and cameras and security cameras and footage and Ring doorbell footage out there shows. Because is it suspect? Is it a coinky dink? Or is there people out there making things happen? But I know it don't look correct in the same general area. You talking about Philly, New Jersey, you talking about the tri-state area over there. Same issue with the drones and the biochemo stuff that was stolen from the train. We got radiation, and then we got fall. We got a lot of crap going on. And before we jump out there too fast and start speculating what XYZ is, I think we need to let the meat finish cooking, because we're going to find out more things as the days progress, both what happened in the Potomac River with the helicopter and the jet, and then this small plane, this Lear medical jet that crashed. What is going on? If we see more plane crashes like this, I have to say, are we under attack? And it's being looked at as accidents, right? Never seen coinky dinks with airplanes like this back to back. And for what I'm reading in the comment section, you guys say this is happening in other places too, where planes are just so happily just crashing with no rhyme or reason. Okay, it's just being a setup for the alien invasion and the planes crashing when the harpazo happens, because nobody will be in the cockpit to fly it. So we're going to keep, I think with the closer that we get to Nissan One, which is March 30th, that's when 2023 starts. We're in 2022. And then you add 7 of that, takes you to 2030. Time is ticking, folks. Time is ticking. I'm not here to speculate on this airplane. I'm just saying something ain't correct. It's not. It's not correct. That plane went up and immediately came straight down. It had no power. Now, will we get the black box? And if they get the black box, are they going to release the intel that come off both planes crashes? Will we get to hear what happened? We'll stick around and find out. But I'll be back on later on with a verse of the day. Peace.